Welcome to the Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's the Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
Welcome. We're so glad that you could join us for Rock It Right. We're so glad to welcome you and also a few guests tonight. So we're going to be enjoying learning a little bit more about what we can do for veterans and how we can connect them with their next great career after serving our country. And I'm glad that you're back.
Well, thank you, Bets. I'm glad to be back.
We've both been on the road, you more so than me, but it's great to have you back. I missed
Thank you. Well, I'm glad you missed me. It's always good to be missed.
I did. It is always good to be missed.
Yes.
And so we have a show, and we want to introduce you to a new phone app. There's a lot of technology out there that can help a lot of people, and the name of the app is Melonseen, and we actually are going to share with you how that was developed. And as it turns out, a lifelong friend of Senator Franklin Foyle and 4 other men have put together an app to help veterans find careers and help employers find veterans. So thank you for coming to share that with us. And so we're going to be talking with Senator Foyle, and then we're going to speak with Joshua Tilton, one of the founders of Melonseen, how it came to be and exactly what it entails. And then we're going to have another veteran, Douglas Wayne Morgan, who is a producer, director, actor, federal investigator, bodyguard, and he does a few other things too.
And you've hired him to be your bodyguard, is that right?
I would like to say that I've hired him as my bodyguard, but I have not hired him yet as my bodyguard, but it would make me look very important. Both of us, if we walked around with Wayne, it would. It really would. So Wayne is a veteran, and actually, I think initially he was concerned about finding a job like many are. Sure. And you have helped move legislation through the state legislature that helps veterans, and you actually started something to help veteran-owned businesses have a leg up. So tell us a little bit about your background in the legislature and before, and what this is involving.
I'd be happy to, and thank you, Betsy, for having me on your show.
Thank
and
you.
Kay, good to be with you as well.
Thank you.
So I've been in the legislature now for 14 years. I was in the House for 12 years, and I've been in the Senate for 2 years. I represent South Baton Rouge. I've also was in the Navy for 30 years. I joined after law school, joined the Navy JAG Corps program, and I recently retired as a military judge after 30 years of service. And so being a veteran, I wanted to help other veterans, and I always made that a priority every year while I was in the legislature. And so 2 or 3 years ago, I passed a bill called the Veterans First Business Initiative. And what that bill does, it allows veteran-owned businesses to register their business with the state. They get certified by the state as a veteran-owned business, and it helps them get customers who want to do business with a veteran. Well, one of the things we learned from the testimony when we were having that bill in front of the committees was when veterans get off active duty, and many times they have very limited resources, and it's difficult for them to find jobs. And so it would be great to connect them to a veteran-owned business who would understand the situations they went through, not only in service and many times in combat. And so one of the things I wanted to do was try to expand the program for jobs. Well, just as I had those thoughts, my good friend Josh Tilton, who I've known my whole life, came to me with 4 of his partners with an app called Melonseen. It was a fantastic program that you can't really describe. You have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
And they said, we want to help you with your program to build it up. And so I looked at the app, and what it does is it basically connects employers with job seekers. And it's almost like Uber for looking for jobs. So the old way you look for jobs, you'd walk around neighborhoods, look for wanted ads, or go look at the newspaper. This, you simply sign up, and you can find out the jobs that are available.
Well, one of the things that I thought was fascinating is they had kind of a launch recently, and you and I were there, and Colonel Joey Strickland with the Louisiana Department of Veterans Affairs was there also. And so between your passion for helping veterans and Colonel Strickland's passion for helping veterans, you were able to kind of move this along where this app is currently under contract with the state of Louisiana. Is that right?
That's exactly right. It took a while. We made demonstrations all the way to the top to Governor John Bel Edwards. Colonel Strickland, of course, has been a big supporter. He's a great supporter of veterans at Department of Veterans Affairs. I also shared this with Department of Economic Development Secretary and Workforce Commission Secretary, and I decided the best place for this to be would be under Veterans Affairs because Colonel Strickland embraced it and was very excited about it. So I had Melonseen make the proposal to the department, and they agreed to do a pilot program. And the beauty of the pilot program is this allows veterans to sign up for free to find a job. It doesn't cost them.
It's all free.
It's free.
It's free for everyone.
It doesn't cost them anything. And as far as employers, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran-owned employer or not. We want all businesses who would like to hire veterans to sign up, and it's free for all businesses. And so we're going to be really cutting edge because most states don't have their own programs. They get federal money for disability and they pass that through, but they don't really develop their own programs. This is the first program like this in the country.
That's
This
awesome.
is going to be a flagship, and from what I understand from speaking with the other partners, there are many other states that are very interested in this. And I was very interested to know that the partners of this business, the 5 men that are involved with this business, and we'll talk a little bit about that in the next segment, none of them need to really ever work again. This is something that they are doing. They've been extraordinarily successful in their very different, diverse careers. They have chosen to come together and offer this free to employers, because if you go through Indeed or any of the other different types of apps or websites, you're going to have to pay something. The employer has to pay something.
Pay a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be very expensive to find someone. And the other feature that I thought was really great is you can talk about, I need somebody tonight or tomorrow for event business, for gig business, for any kind of fairs or festivals or anything that you need. If you need somebody on a short-term basis, or if you need somebody pretty immediately, then you can put that in.
A lightning hire, is what they call it.
Yes.
Lightning hire.
Lightning hire.
I think that's a great
like that.
opportunity.
Yeah.
I think, our tourism, fairs and festivals and things are coming around in Louisiana. What better way if you feel a little isolated, a little lonely, and a little downtrodden because you're not finding the career, you have to get around people. And the minute you start talking, getting around people, you can be sharing on this app, hey, I got a job through here, check it out. It's a great way to network in so many different ways, and this just gives people a reason to have a conversation.
It does, and it also helps veterans or anyone build up their resume because the app will capture your job skills, and when you take another job, it'll capture that because a lot of times, especially younger people, are not good at developing those records, so it helps them in that respect. But the other thing which is really neat is my friend Josh, who's one of the founders, is a vocational rehabilitation counselor,
Yes.
which deals with putting people in jobs that match their job skills. So they're going to take, let's say you have a Navy person, I'm Navy, who is a bosun's mate. Well, a lot of people don't know what a bosun's mate is.
I have no idea what that is.
But nevertheless, they'll put in the skills that a bosun mate has and match that to the civilian jobs, and it helps them find out what's out there. But I'm getting great responses from the employers because they tell me, look, we love to hire veterans, we just don't know where to find them.
Well, and you don't know what job skills they have if they're not able to communicate that in writing or verbally. And a lot of employers don't have time to really interview somebody and say, tell me everything you did in your 4 to 10 years, 12 years of military service. Well, I did a lot of things. That doesn't really capture their attention.
No, it doesn't. And the nice thing about this app is you don't have to actually schedule an interview and go meet with someone. You can simply do a FaceTime interview right then and there, and you may have the
That's
job in
great.
5 minutes. So
Yeah.
it just cuts all that out. And we thought, especially with COVID, it was really important because people were worried about connecting with people and so forth. So it just was the perfect opportunity. Also, COVID is the reason it took us as long as it did to get everything through the process. But now more than ever, employers are looking for people to work.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that come back from military service and they're not sure exactly what they want to do, but they want to try a few different things.
That's right, because they may have gone straight into the military after high school, and that's all they know. And they may go into combat even, and they come back and they're really not sure what's the right fit for them. And some of them, have issues because of their military service, so it's nice if we can also plug them into military businesses as well.
That's right. It's just so important for people to feel that they have hope. And when they come back, maybe they come back to Louisiana, or they come to Louisiana and this is not where they're from and they don't have a big network. They might know 1 or 2 people. Or maybe they came for a job that for whatever reason didn't work out. Or maybe they're planning this is a stepping stone to the next great opportunity that they have. But I think that this is just such a passion project, a labor of love and of commitment by these 5 gentlemen, and then also by you to bring this forward to the governor and to Colonel Strickland, who's been on our show many times.
Yeah, he's great. And I'll tell you, I'm thrilled about it because, once again, we're number one on getting this done, and it's wonderful.
We like being number one. Louisiana
Yes,
likes being
for
number one.
good things.
We
For
are-
good things like this. We like being number one for good things.
We owe it to our veterans, and once
We
again,
do.
I can't stress enough, now is the time to participate. It's free for veterans and it's free for employers. If this is going to be successful, people have to sign up and use it. And then if they do, I think the state will make a long-term commitment moving forward. So it's a wonderful program, and I hope, and I'm sure Josh will provide all the information for sign up for your listeners.
Yes, and it's really easy. If you want to go to the App Store, you go to Melonseen, MELONSEED. You download that app. It's really easy to use. You can just go through there, and if you have questions, you can always go to melonseed.com, and then they'll be able to help you a little bit through there. You can live chat, or if you want to reach out to us on our Facebook page, we'll connect you with the founders of the app, and they can explain how to use it in a more in-depth way, and so we're happy to do that. So we're going to be right back in just a moment with Josh Tilton, your lifelong friend, and it's just wonderful that you came together.
I'm
It's such a
thrilled.
perfect opportunity.
Thrilled to be a part of your show. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much, Senator Foyle. We really appreciate it. And there's a lot of great things that he's doing this session in the legislature, so we hope that you'll watch what he's doing and what he's helping move forward. And we're going to be right back with Josh Tilton, and then we're going to have Douglas Wayne Morgan, and we look forward to you just hanging with us. And so, Dr. K. Solar, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes. We're going to be right back on Rocket Right with a whole lot of good things to share, and we hope that you'll hang with us.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7, clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians, watch interviews with people in our music community, and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
And welcome to Rocket Right. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes. Dr. K. Solar is going to join us a little bit later. But I wanted to introduce you to somebody that I think you're really going to appreciate meeting. His name is Joshua Tilton. He and 4 other gentlemen have come together to invest in a new app that is going to help veterans. We know that veterans need a lot of help when they transition out of the military in a variety of different ways. And Joshua is here to tell us about this app called Melonseen, which will help veterans find jobs and employers find really great, dedicated Americans. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
So you are from Baton Rouge.
Correct. Third generation. My grandfather was born in Woodville, and they came down when he was a very young age, and he went to LSU and worked at Standard Oil. He was a chemist in that ran a lab in the building that people know on Scenic Highway. That it's still there. It looks like a ship. It's shaped like a ship. And my father grew up in Spanish Town during the war, 1940s. Swam in the Capitol Lakes.
They don't let people do that anymore.
No, they don't. He had a canoe that my grandfather had. The plant guys down in the shop got a P-51 Mustang wing tank and cut it in half long ways in my dad's canoe. That's what they paddle around in. And he was a lawyer in Baton Rouge, went through the Navy in the Korean War, came back, GI Bill, law school, and was a maritime lawyer and worked with people who were injured offshore on the supply vessels and the crew boats and the rigs.
So
and
he
all
worked
that.
with people that were injured in the line of duty, like
Correct.
veterans.
Well, his
in the
career
US.
led to my career as a rehabilitation counselor. He would often, I digress here like I do, but he would often hire experts on trials where, say someone injured their back on a rig, or they lost an arm. It's very dangerous work offshore, and how do you figure what that injury's worth? And they'll hire an economist, and they'll hire medical experts, but vocational experts. What kind of work can a person do? And they would hire these experts that actually in their field they help people get back to work, but they're also experts on how to adapt someone and how much is that going to cost to do it.
Right.
And I met a guy that he used to hire. The guy's deceased now. A guy named Bob Roberts in New Orleans, and I'm like, that's a cool thing to do for a living. And one thing led to another. I graduated from LSU, worked for a little while, and I wound up. That's how I got to. We're going to get to Auburn in a minute, but I wound up getting a master's in rehabilitation counseling. Worked for a while, and went back for a doctorate, and that's.
And so now you're Dr. Tilton.
Correct.
Dr. Tilton, who is now a medical expert.
No, vocational expert.
Vocational expert.
Right.
Working on getting people back to work if they can.
Right.
Or helping them get disability benefits through Social Security if they can.
Correct. And helping younger students with disabilities find an academic track that benefits them the best, to find their passion, to find not just any job, but a job they love. And when people are injured and they have disability, you want to maximize. It's in the law. You have to maximize their potential, and you have to work with their interest. And so you get what is available with any type of disability they have, and you match that with their potential. And you try to arrive at a spot that's realistic. Obviously, not everybody can be a surgeon, but
Right.
but a lot of people could work in a hospital somehow.
Right.
You know, so you maximize, you balance everything, and you try to keep them as happy as they can, but be realistic to help them move forward with their lives.
So you and 4 other men, and you all do not live in the same city or state, came together to create a way that veterans could maximize their potential.
Correct.
And this company is called Melonseen.
Correct.
Which is an odd name.
Right. Well, where is it? Sir, could you give me my bottle? I didn't want to bring this on stage because the partners might have fit. I love to work on wooden boats. I have a shop back in Auburn with band saws and table saws and thickness planers and joiners and all the hand tools and just, I love it. I always have. And a Melonseen is this beautiful, elegant boat that back in the day, before outboard motors, particularly up on the Chesapeake Bay and New Jersey down to the Virginia Tidewater, there were these duck hunting boats that had used sails. Mm-hmm. And they're little 16-foot boats that these guys would take out. They drop the sails down, they slide them in the blind,
that's
they duck
where
hunt.
the name
and
came
they're
from.
still being built. They're just beautiful boats. And during the early stages, Chad Duncan, the original founder, the original guys who thought the idea of that, the professors of this whole thing, we just had a working name. It sounds good, and we'll just use it. And when the other guys came on board, we had a big discussion. We were going to, try to be more hip and more. And everybody we talked to, and one of the guys had an in with someone who specializes in name branding.
Yeah.
And they said, "Y'all don't need to hire us. That sounds great."
That does.
So
sound
we
great.
just went with that. And early on, the partners don't ever talk about that boat thing. But then later on, they're like, it's kind of cool. So
you're carrying somebody from where they are now to where they need to be.
Right.
Very organically, with a
Right.
sail with the wind instead of a motor.
Right.
We only have a couple of minutes,
I'm
so
sorry.
I want to hear a little bit about, and then we'll come back
Okay.
and we'll talk to you a little bit more in depth. But
Right.
where are you now in development? Because you've actually just entered into a contract with this pilot program.
Right.
With the state of Louisiana.
Correct.
But you have many other states that are interested in launching this.
Well, they're interested in getting with us to put together a program
Yes.
at that place. But where we are with this program is we developed a platform that employers can go to and post their jobs
So
that
important.
they want, and
yeah.
they can. And on the other side, we have a place where the job seekers can say, "Hey, we're available," and we even have something called Lightning Hire. They can say, "We're available now." And the employers can find, they pop up on a map, GIS map. Hey, John Smith is 10 miles from us. He says he can work right now. I need a dishwasher. It's Saturday night. I can't find my dishwasher. We need a dishwasher in 10 minutes. Can we get him
Or
in
I
here?
need somebody that can help with this gig, this event, this festival, this something.
Jazz
that-
Fest, or
yeah.
there's lots of festivals in Louisiana, and they need people on the fly, and they need people with this kind of skills that can do that thing, or the strength. Some of these jobs require strength, some of them don't. It can be anything. It can be, any kind of job that.
But the employer
right.
and the veteran connection is
Right.
so important.
It's focused
we,
on veterans.
We want you to hang tight with
Right.
us, hold that thought, and we're
Right.
going to talk more about the technical aspects and how much it normally costs to hire somebody through Indeed or other platforms for employers. And this is absolutely free to the veterans and the employers.
Correct.
So we're going to be right back with Dr. Joshua Tilton with the Melonseen app. Just hang tight. We're going to be right back and tell you more detail on Rocket Right.
My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're going to love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics.
health,
Music and entertainment.
local agnet, Rocket Right Radio. You're going to love it.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7. Clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians. Watch interviews with people in our music community and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Cade Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Cade Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit louisianatravel.com and plan your getaway today.
And you're back with Rocket Right. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes, and we are talking about veterans. We're talking about different types of programs that are new to Louisiana, that are pilot programs around the country. And one of those that I think is really worth you knowing about and sharing is a new phone app by the name of Melonseen. And so Melonseen, unusual name, we talked about the history of that being a small 16-foot boat with a sail. But in your boat, you have 4 partners.
Right.
Okay? So tell us a little bit about their background, each person who's contributing to this, giving back. But then we're going to talk about how this came to be a pilot in Louisiana, because this is really important. If you know of a veteran or you're an employer or an influencer over the decision maker, over HR, small or large company,
Right.
Sometimes the HR director is the owner, we want you to be able to help and share this.
Okay, I'll start with Chad Duncan. He's the Chad and I were originally on with the idea, the concept, and Chad works for Salis University in Newtown, Pennsylvania. He just changed jobs. He was a professor up at Northwestern, and I've known Chad since when I started my master's degree at Auburn. I went up there, and Chad was an undergrad, and we were both interested in the same girl briefly.
Yeah.
Long story, but we got
It's
to be
funny how people in college meet each
and we
other.
got to be great friends.
Yeah.
We've been friends for 30 years
So,
now.
and his background is?
His background is rehabilitation counseling, like me. But in addition to that, Chad has a master's from Northwestern in orthotics prosthetics. He helps
Wow.
people who lose limbs, veterans who lose limbs. I've seen Chad work with arms for veterans that are worth, there's $1 million arm,
Sure.
and he does all that. He set up several programs. Adil Chosky runs a company called ADR in Atlanta. It's a staffing company, and he's been very successful at that in the Atlanta area. And Rick Neubauer is a retired IBM executive, and he's very much on the business end and closing deals, and he's that guy. He was involved with the IBM Baton Rouge deal years ago.
Yes.
And he's now that he's retired, has several projects, and we're his main project right now. And Rob Phillips was one of the original founders of ServiceNow.
Oh, really?
Right. And he's married to a woman from AME who knows.
So you all have these Baton Rouge ties.
Right.
And then I was actually invited to a meeting. Melise Campbell,
Right.
friends with your sister, friends with a friend of mine. I was invited to the announcement.
The meet and greet.
The meet and greet.
Very first meet and
and
greet.
I was just absolutely blown away. So Colonel Joey Strickland,
Right.
who's the Secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs, was there. And he actually just glowed about what this could mean for Louisiana veterans. And so, as we've shared on previous shows, but if you haven't seen it or heard it, Louisiana has the highest veteran suicide rate in the country. 43% of all of our veterans between the ages of 18 and 34 commit suicide. So for every 100 veterans between 18 and 34, 43 commit suicide on the average, which is a very sad number. 38% is the national average. And so many people come back from their service to our country, and they've been in leadership roles, and they've had hard work, and it's been a lot of training, and they come back and suddenly there's no network. There's no support system, and so they have to find that through the Department of Veterans Affairs, which they have some great programs. But, this is a program that's brand new, and it's a program.
We're the first, and to where I learned this, and this is a key person outside of my partners, is Franklin Foyle.
Yes, Senator Franklin Foyle.
We wouldn't be here. I've known Franklin for years, and a good man. And I'm gonna digress real quick. I know we're short on time, but Franklin had passed a bill for veteran business identification, so people could help support those businesses. And he was looking for a way to expand that out to help veterans, and it was just serendipity. Divinity brought us together. I was working on this at the same time, and the partners said, let's not go commercial. We want to focus on a public project that helps people, and it just came together. So,
well, you never knew when you were, young fellas together that this would be really the platform to connect you to be able to help other people later in life.
No.
I think there's beauty in that.
Right, there is beauty.
There is beauty in that.
Elegant.
So currently you are under contract with the state of Louisiana.
Correct.
Through the governor's office.
Correct.
And through the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Correct.
And this pilot has launched, so
Right.
people can download the app. Spell it for them.
Melonseen, MELONSEED.
So
like
it's
a
one
melon
L,
seed.
yeah.
One L. And it's .app if they want to go to the app and download. If there's a business out there or a veteran out there, where we are right now is we're in the pilot phase, and our task in the pilot phase is to really get the word out and get people to sign up. Because if people don't sign up, whether they're businesses or veteran job seekers, it's just an empty storefront. We need to get customers in there so they can help each other out. I like to tell people, last night at the get-together, they were asking me, so who do you help? We help both of them. Think of a platform or an app as a virtual building out there on the cloud that allows people to come together. And we're providing the space for these two people to come together to help each other out.
It's a job fair in the clouds.
It's a job fair in the clouds. I like that. We need to copyright that real quick.
Yes. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to find employers who will download, go and put in what jobs they have,
Right.
How soon do they need them,
Right.
what are the qualifications they're
Right.
looking for, and then veterans of all ages and abilities that can come in and say, you know what, I think I can do that. I want to do that.
Right.
That sounds like something I want
Right.
to try. And some of these are temporary jobs, and some of these are more long-term.
Correct, and the key is simplicity. Obviously there's other vehicles to find work out there now, whether it's old-fashioned, one ads, or there's some other platforms that tend to to be a little more complicated with the way you upload resumes and the process. And the business owners I've interviewed, they say that the problem is that process takes a long time. I mean, you're running a restaurant, you're a manager, and you have to take 6 hours out of your day, and you need to be doing other things.
Right.
And it gets arduous. And on the other side of that coin, it's expensive. I had several businesses in New Orleans. One of them told me that he'll spend $600 to $1,200 a month on these different avenues to hire workers, and it's a time money thing. And what we're trying to do is keep this process clean and simple, and something that works.
Clean and simple.
Right.
And then the employer can message the applicant.
Absolutely.
Very quickly, and then they can set up a time to talk or go straight to work, depending on if they're remote.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then they can also share some additional information.
Exactly. If they want to get more involved and deeper with resumes uploaded and those kinds of things, absolutely. But at the minimum, we wanted it to keep it simple, because in some cases, simple is better. And it's the choice. It's their choice to take it in different directions, but they're empowered by that. And I guess the final thing we talk about this pilot project right now is we kind of want this to be it's a community project. We want feedback from both seekers and employers to tell us how do they want us to be? How can we change to better fit their purposes? And we'll go back. We're at a place now where we can really put it together like that.
So it could be state jobs, private jobs, small jobs,
anything,
gig economy jobs.
Right.
It's a variety of different
Right.
things, and people can seek by categories.
Right, and it's veteran focused. It's veterans, and when veterans log on, they prove they're veteran. They have to do the identification, and the businesses will look at that. So it's kind of a safe place for veterans to group up and find work.
So I think there probably needs to be a time that you have a larger gathering of veterans to come together and maybe do a little training on how to do this app.
We do. A training it's been brought up. I think it's a really good idea. I've even thought, I believe it's Chad and Rob had talked about we're going to go ahead and get a quick video up, because we can't have a room with all the veterans at all all the time. But it would be nice to have trainings to familiarize them with the process.
So Melonseen and Joshua Tilton also sponsored a Songs of Survivors dinner with David St. Romain. It was held at Beau Soleil. It was a VIP wine dinner. And in that dinner, you wanted to get the message out to people, and there was about 45 people there.
Right.
And I think that you really did hit the mark. I think you did hit the mark with people that care about veterans, that care about people that have survived some difficulties, some trauma, some challenges. And so I think that it was really important, and Senator Foyle was there as well, giving his perspective as a Navy veteran, as a JAG officer. So it was just wonderful to hear everyone share what they had survived. And it was just a room of people committed to helping you raise awareness, but also raise awareness for every single person in the room at that dinner about what mattered to them. And the overarching theme, I think, was we're all here together to all help each other, whatever it is, business, professionally, personally, to help our state and to move forward.
Right. And as y'all can see with the job situation at large and the economy and all the things that are going on right now, this is really critical.
Yes.
It's a tool to help this situation out.
So if people want to know more about Melonseen, either from the employer perspective and do a little research on your company, or from the applicant perspective as a veteran, how can people find out more about you?
Just go to melonseen.app online, and it walks you right through it. Whether you're an employer, it'll guide you into the right direction, and if you're a veteran, it'll guide you in the right direction. It's simple.
Well,
I encourage people to log on and check it out. And download it. It's in the App Store also. You can go to the App Store and type in Melonseen, and it'll come up. Or you can just we have a website that's also a direct link to the app. And,
that's perfect.
And you can go to that too.
That's perfect. Well, Dr. Joshua Tilton, thank you for being with us.
Thank you,
for sharing the passion you and these gentlemen have to help veterans. And we're going to be right back with Rocket Right. I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes. Stay tuned.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Kay Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Kay Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
And you're back with Rocket Right. We are talking with veterans, some of our favorite veterans, sharing some veteran programs that can help those who are looking for an opportunity get the great next thing that they want to do. And so we invited our friend Douglas Wayne Morgan. He has a lot of hats on. He's wearing this cowboy hat right now, but he actually has a lot of different hats. And he is a veteran, and he's involved in quite a few different things and has an opportunity that he'd like to share about anyone who is a veteran that would like to perhaps work in the movie or security business.
Yeah. Well, basically, being 100% disabled myself during Desert Storm, Desert Shield, I ended up starting doing security on the side, and I have bodyguarded Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Wiz Khalifa. We've done everything pretty much you can do on a film set, security-wise, and then also executive protection and stuff like that. So what better way than to take military veterans who have, when they come back from overseas, they don't really have hope, they don't really know what they want to do. We'll use their skills to come and do set security, bodyguarding security. Above the line security is what the company is that we're using right now. So if they feel free, we'd love to have them. We'll utilize all their skills and abilities and the stuff that they've got going on. Plus, I think what we're going to do now is with Melonseen, I think what we'll do is use that app. So if people want to find out how to get hired, they can hop on Melonseen or download that app and hop on there, and we'll start advertising some of our jobs out there, so that way, our veteran people will be taken care of.
Great.
And sometimes movie sets or security are kind of a gig job. It's for a certain period of time, certain skill sets, and sometimes it's days, sometimes it's nights, a little bit different. There's a lot of people that want to do that type of work.
Yeah, well, it's flexible for anybody. So if they come out here, sometimes we got to do 24 hours around the clock on set security. Sometimes we get, people like Lindsay Lohan. She's got round the clock security. You got to travel with her. So the lower paying jobs are on set security. The higher paying jobs are the executive protection. But we will take their training and work with them and let them grow. And we'd love to have them.
Yeah.
It utilizes their skills and abilities and makes them feel important, because mental health is a big thing. And when they come back, from overseas, a lot of them have PTSD. They don't know what they're going to do. So when they get back, get them in with us. We've got a great team. The A-team is
That's
what we
right.
like to call ourselves.
I'm
lovingly.
a member of the A-team too.
Yes.
Kay, we're going to
You
let you be
are?
a member of the A-team.
Okay, well, you have to tell me what it
Yeah.
involves being
You
on
just
the
basically
A-team.
show up and are willing to help other people
Yes.
and
Okay.
move our state forward in a variety of different ways. And you do that already.
I can do that.
Yeah. We bring resources. We share. We kind of try to cut red tape. It's like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. They're all doing super things, but together they form the Justice League. That's kind of what the A-team is. We come together. We call it the Action Team is what it's really called. So we don't have any, A-team copyright problems, but it's Action Group, but we lovingly call ourselves the A-team. So together we all come together, create, share resources, support each other, support the state, support, whatever's going out there. Give us a call, because I love helping people.
You do.
Underground Railroad.
Absolutely.
Underground
so
Railroad.
Operation Underground Railroad, which we talked about on a previous show, with the founder, Tim Ballard, Trip Chat app for audio billboards and for using geofencing, and you were there for the launch of their business in Lafayette.
Yep.
And also to meet Timothy Ballard, the founder of the Underground Operation Railroad, and basically, Operation Rescue, and that is for prevention of human trafficking, prosecuting human traffickers. And so you jumped in, and you actually have been a federal investigator. You are a federal investigator.
I am a federal investigator in my day job. So, but what it also does, what makes that Operation Underground Railroad so much different is, in the United States, you can, bust the bad guys, but the children are never recovered. So that's what Tim Ballard did, is he goes out there to bring the kids back. And his story globally. And his story is coming out. Sound of Freedom.
Yes.
That is awesome. Allie Landry and your friend
And Nicole Quinlan.
I got to meet them, and they're amazing. So
They are.
I just keep busy. So we'd love to have anybody who wants to volunteer and do that. If you got military law enforcement experience, I can introduce you to Tim, and we can see what we can do to get you on board on some operation.
Yeah, we need to get very serious about stopping human trafficking.
Yes.
It is ridiculous that we do not have more prevention and more awareness and education programs for younger people, and especially those that are most vulnerable. And we're going to be sharing more about that in future shows. But you mentioned about being a veteran, so you're actually a Naval Academy graduate.
Yeah, class of 98, Naval Academy. I'm actually, for the state of Louisiana, I'm the secretary of the Naval Academy alumni for the state of Louisiana. So I've been in that position. It's an elected position, and I've held that position for going on 10 years now.
Well, nobody can do better than you, so who wants to step up?
Yeah, and so, what's really neat is, because of the networking, all the Army-Navy games and parties that we have in the state go through us, and we work with blue and gold officers who we try to get people nominated so they can go through congressional sources, so they can go to the Naval Academy. It's hard at the Naval Academy because you have to actually get a congressional source. I got a Secretary of the Navy nomination, and then I got a presidential appointment. And so you have to have a congressional nomination of some sort, senators, all that stuff. So that's what the blue gold officers are.
Was your Secretary of the Navy recommendation by former Mississippi Governor Ray Mabus?
No. I was actually in the Navy, enlisted, and I was one of 20 Navy and Marine Corps personnel that got the Secretary of Navy. I can't remember who it was at the time, but he gave me the nomination.
That's
so
fantastic.
Then I could apply, and that's when I got the presidential nomination as a midshipman in the Naval Academy. So if anybody wants to, come on board and help with me, we're doing things all the time for Operation Railroad, for, veterans in the state on the film sets. I'm a very, very big advocate of people. So whether you're a veteran or not, I love y'all. I believe you guys.
That's right.
I'm your biggest supporter.
So you're also an actor,
Yes.
a director, a producer, a networkaholic.
I haven't been a director yet. I've been a first assistant director, but I am an actor, producer. I own Upperline Entertainment with Murray Roth, entertainment attorney. I'm one of the producers on Nomadic Leo Entertainment with Quentin Aaron from The Blind Side and John Russell. So we're doing big things like that, but I'm an actor from the Dukes of Hazzard, Big Mama's House 2, Deja Vu, Just My Luck, a whole list of things. But we're working on a lot of things now, and the stuff now is really what my heart is into and my passion is into. So get to do it.
Well, Kay and I, about almost 9 years ago now, 8.5 years ago, met at the Dukes of Hazzard reunion.
It is crazy.
It was kind of crazy.
Where did y'all meet?
That's right. We're like, I think I know you. I think I know you. We need to have lunch. And then this all started. Then this whole show thing started.
Wow. Well,
crazy.
John Schneider's in Holden, and we just, Quentin and I just had finished wrapped on his movie. He's got a movie coming out called To Die For. And, he's got Bo's Extravaganza coming up April 23rd, 24th, and 25th, I believe. Or
he usually,
that weekend.
That's he usually does do it in April.
Yeah.
Around his birthday.
And he's got Quentin Aaron there, Jay Head also, who played SJ on The Blind Side. You got Tom Wopat, so you got both Bo and Luke Duke there. You got a lot of celebrities coming in for musicians and stuff. I'm not sure if Ashton will be there or not because I think she's booked somewhere else. But
Ashton Gill.
Ashton Gill has been there, also a part of the A Team and from American Idol. But she's played there before. Jay Edwards is definitely playing, and he's also A Team. So we've got a lot of pretty powerful and prestigious people out there who are really doing their thing. So if you guys can come visit me. I'll be there. Come visit John Schneider in Holden, Louisiana at John Schneider Studios.
So you can come get Wayne's autograph, and if you're lucky, me and Kay will sign on the bottom, too.
You guys are going to come, right?
Yes,
Yeah?
that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have missed it every year because that's when my Songwriter Festival has been. So
It's the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival, but now it's moved to the fall.
It's
so you're
moving
free
to the
that
fall. We have
weekend.
not announced it yet, but yeah, so I'm free.
Yeah, that's what we need to have a Betsy and Kay reunion at the Dukes of Hazzard reunion, or in this case, Bo's Extravaganza.
Amen.
Because around that time, I think it's April 16th, would be our 7-year anniversary of doing the show.
That is crazy. I've really known you for that long.
Wow, why don't you guys have John on? You guys should talk to Barry, our publicist. He's the same publicist as John's, and you can
John
maybe
Schneider's
get him.
been on our show.
Oh, well, there you go.
But he's due to come back. It's been a while.
It's not Extravaganza.
I don't think he's been in TV land with us.
That's right.
Only on Radio Land.
That's right.
In the past, it's been that long.
It has been that long.
And he'll love it that
we
you guys
probably
met
do.
at the Dukes of Hazzard reunion. So
We actually did. Her son with CJ Solar was one of the entertainers there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I had to go play like I didn't know him for a little bit, and
'Cause he didn't want his mom to be,
and I met Betsy while I was meandering around.
Yeah, because I offered to take a picture of him with 2 twins that were wearing the little short Daisy Dukes.
You guys wore Daisy Dukes?
No, not us. Other girls that were
come
talking to
on.
my son.
You
Not
guys,
us.
we want to see them in the Daisy Dukes.
Maybe we
in
should do
the-
that.
No, we were not.
I've got to start
doing
working
that.
out right now.
Oh, you guys don't want to see this in Daisy Dukes. I'm telling you.
Oh yes, and that top tied right around here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put some Dukes in your Hazard.
We're going way off the rails. Way off the rails.
We are far gone. But back to the veterans, man.
Yeah.
If you're a veteran, please contact us.
You can come to our Facebook page. You
Yes.
can put in a private message. We'll definitely give it to Wayne, and we want to make sure that anything we can do for our veterans, we want to. And actually, there is a 2nd annual Women's Veterans Day coming up at the Old State Capitol, and we're going to share more of that with you. But it's hard to believe that there was never any recognition in Louisiana of Louisiana's women veterans, and then that just started right before COVID. and then they had to take a little break. So this is the second one, and it's at the old state capitol as well.
Wow.
And it's just really a fantastic opportunity to meet a lot of amazing women. You might be surprised who you see is a veteran.
So if somebody wants to follow you, they want to find out more about
He's got
some of
about
the things that we talked about.
Facebook pages for his name.
How many
He's all
Facebook
full
pages do you
full
have?
up.
What's the best place?
Well, Facebook is good. Instagram, it's Wayne Douglas Morgan on Facebook. That's my name. I go Wayne Douglas Morgan, my full name. But I'm also known as the Cajun Cowboy. DACAJUN Cowboy. So it's it's the Cajun Cowboy. So, if you can find me on the Cajun Cowboy, reach out to me. Another thing that veterans can do, by the way, is being technical advisors on movie sets.
That's a great idea.
We work in part with a company in California, or a friend of mine who was in school with me, owns Combat Casting. And so what we can do is provide a team of trained military veterans with their gear and clothing when a movie set calls us up and says, hey, we'd like a Navy SEAL team or a combat team or whatever. We have them assemble it. We just send them out there with their clothes and their gear and their training and put them on set, and it makes it so much easier because they know each other, they know the routes, they know the words, they know how to be who they're trying to portray on the film. So
That's great.
That's a great idea.
So much cool information. Well, y'all make sure that you follow him, and then also, Betsy might, get some bodyguard duty at it.
That's right. I might need a couple of bodyguards. You never do that.
Everybody needs a bodyguard sometimes. At prom, if the dad wants to make sure, dad's not going to tag around, but if dad hires a bodyguard, I'm there.
So
that'll
again,
be the one day.
we're going to be rocking. So
if you're
and
gonna rock it,
make sure you rock it right. Woo!
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little. Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.